Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. Our top story tonight, the worst flu season in recent years hits the Suncoast. The number of residents reporting flu-like symptoms increasing each week.
Yeah, Sarasota County already seen 4 influenza outbreaks since the start of the flu season, and it's likely going to get worse before it gets any better. At Sarasota Family Medical's walk-in clinic, doctors are diagnosing 3 to 4 cases of flu every day, and it's been that way for the past several weeks. The Departments of Health in both Sarasota and Manatee County don't have firm numbers to report on exactly how many flu cases the Suncoast has seen because doctors are not required to report flu numbers to them. And unfortunately, doctors do predict it will only get worse before it gets any better.
We usually peak in mid-February, so I expect a couple more weeks of higher cases, and then we should start to taper off. It's difficult to say every flu year is different, but that's typically what we see in the past.
The flu is very contagious. Doctors are still recommending the flu shot, even though you can still get the flu if you get one. They say you'll have a less severe case of the flu if you do have that shot.
The deadly parvovirus has struck Nate's Honor Animal Rescue in Lakewood Ranch.
One puppy has died and numerous others have tested positive for that virus. ABC 7's Rick Adams joins us live now from Nate's with more. Rick?
Yeah, good evening, Scott. Good evening, Jacqueline. I'm here at Nate's, and it's been a very busy day here, as you can imagine. And I'm joined by Karen Slumba. She is with Nate's Honor Animal Rescue. And Karen, thanks so much for taking out a few moments.
No problem.
And first off, what exactly is parvovirus? I don't know too much about it.
So parvovirus is the one virus, the one illness that every shelter dreads seeing. It is a deadly virus that dogs can get. It's dog specific. Can only happen to dogs, not people, not cats or anything else. But it can kill them.
Okay, and you did lose one of the pups, correct?
We lost one puppy to parvo, but we have had 24 puppies who have gotten parvo since this outbreak. So it's been pretty traumatic here.
Okay, yeah, I can only begin to imagine it, especially for all the dog lovers out there. And how does a puppy or a dog contract parvovirus?
Well, it's something that's spread through feces, so an infected dog will affect another dog. What happened with us is we had 27 dogs on a transport that all came in on the same transport, and they had all been exposed from the shelter that they were at previously. So it's something that once it starts to spread, it can spread like wildfire. We're real lucky that we caught it quickly and were able to keep it contained so that our regular population wasn't really affected.
Okay, and I have a dog. I'm a dog owner, and I'm sure there are dog owners out there worried. Is this something they have to be concerned about?
Well, parvo is something that everybody should be concerned about, and veterinarians vaccinate all dogs against parvo. So when you go in for your regular vet visits, parvo is one of the things that they vaccinate against. So as long as you keep your dogs vaccinated, you're pretty well protected.
Okay, that's Karen Slumba. Thank you so much for your time, and keep up the great work here, and good luck with things.
Thank you.
Okay, and that's the latest here at Nate's Honor Animal Rescue. I'm Rick Adams reporting live. Guys, back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Rick. Certainly a scary situation. My dog had parvo as a puppy, and those medical bills can add up really quickly.
Yeah, well, I'm sure the animals, as he said, they're all in good hands and will get the treatment they need. Let's get now a check on our weather, our warming weather with the weekend upon us. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Yeah, smiles all around here. We have temperatures now a little bit warmer than we've seen over the past couple of days. And it looks like even better for the weekend. Right now it's 58 degrees. Dew point has come up. It's at 43. At one point during the cold snap, it was down into the 20s. So that gives you a little indication that we're not going to get nearly as cold tonight. Winds out of the north-northwest at 7. And the pressure 30-23. Get a look at the sunset, or at least post-sunset right now from our tower cam looking out over Sarasota Bay. The sky is lighting up. It's on fire. Those are high clouds still getting the light from the sun on those as a result of those being so high in the atmosphere, around 30 to 40,000 feet. Moving in from the Gulf of Mexico, we've had some of that cloud around earlier, those clouds around earlier. Now we're looking at generally fair skies up and down the coast. Currently, temperature now at 58 degrees, and it's the same in Tallahassee, 52 degrees in Jacksonville, 61 now in Orlando, and 67 degrees into Miami. High pressure slipping very close to us, and as that happens, our winds will die down. Now you'll notice these clouds are moving from the southwest to northeast. That's associated with the subtropical jet stream that gave us the clouds around this morning. Those are thinning out a bit. We'll have the complete forecast for your weekend, let you know if we're in for more sunshine, and we are certainly in for temperatures in the 70s. Details on all that in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Sarasota deputies continue their search for the suspect they say shot into another vehicle at a busy intersection this morning. Surveillance video has been released showing a beige-colored sedan at the intersection of 17th Street and Lockwood Ridge Road. One person was taken to the hospital in that shooting. Anyone with information is urged to contact the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office.
With just hours to go now before a midnight deadline, a government shutdown grows closer in Washington. The House passing a short-term budget deal yesterday, and tonight negotiations continue in the deeply divided Senate. GOP lawmakers need a significant number of Democrats on board to avoid a filibuster. Democrats saying any spending deal that does not protect the more than 800,000 undocumented immigrants brought to this country as children is a non-starter.
And the post office will be open, the TSA will be open, but again, all of these people will be working for nothing, which is simply not fair.
If the government shuts down, 800,000 federal employees will be off the job with no paychecks. Service members also wouldn't get paid, but essential military operations will continue. America's national parks will remain open if the government ends up shutting down. That's according to White House Budget Director Mick Mulvaney. The move is one of several measures Mulvaney claims the federal government is taking to lessen the impact of a shutdown. Here on the Suncoast, only the DeSoto National Memorial Park in West Bradenton is funded by the federal government.
17 Florida law enforcement agencies have agreed to cooperate with the federal government on immigration enforcement, offering what officials say is a template that can be used nationwide. Out of these 17 counties, Manatee Sheriff's Office will be participating in this agreement. Sarasota County tells ABC7 they are working on an agreement but have not yet made anything official. The plan allows deputies to hold undocumented immigrants for up to 48 hours and give more time to ICE agents to pick up undocumented immigrants from jail. During a news conference on Wednesday, immigration and law enforcement officials said the new protocol will allow jail operators to comply with federal requests to detain immigrants suspected of living in the country illegally. The American Civil Liberties Union says the new protocol is still legally problematic and could lead to civil rights violations.
The Florida Highway Patrol will be out in force this weekend holding a DUI Wolfpack operation that begins Saturday night and runs through early Sunday morning. The Wolfpack operation will focus on Interstate 75 and major state and county roads in 5 counties, including Sarasota and Manatee counties. The groups will focus on removing impaired drivers while making our roads safer.
Florida's unemployment rate is ticking up slightly. The unemployment rate in the Sunshine State was 3.7% in December, which is a 0.1% increase from November. The overall rate in Florida remains lower than the national average at 4.1%. Florida has been the national leader in job growth in the last year, adding over 213,000 jobs since December of 2016. And the Trump administration's promise to exempt Florida from an offshore drilling plan is not a formal action. That's according to Interior Secretary Ryan Zenke, who is proposing to open nearly all U.S. coastlines to offshore oil and gas drilling. Previously, Zenke made a promise to keep Florida off the table for offshore drilling, but the director of the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management says there's no formal decision yet on that 5-year drilling plan. Democrats fear that could lead to allowing drilling to happen.
The weather's warming up again, allowing Venice to reopen the downtown children's fountain just in time for the weekend. Earlier this week, the city had to close that fountain down in Centennial Park because of the cold and windy weather. During the winter months, the fountain will operate from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. And a boil water advisory for Venice has been rescinded. Venice officials have been warning people to boil their water after a water main break in a small area off of US 41. But this morning, the water tested clean and the advisory was lifted.
A follow-up to the story of a python found swimming near a boat dock on Siesta Key. The yellow reticular python found swimming near a dock will now have to be euthanized. Justin Matthews of Matthews Wildlife Rescue says Florida Fish and Wildlife picked up the snake from him yesterday. He said because of the type of snake and concerns for public safety, FWC decided to take the snake and euthanize it.
That's a sad thing, but I can understand them wanting to study it and all that, because you're talking about a snake that gets up to 32 feet long. And in that area there, I noticed there's, right down the road, there was a family with small kids. And that's a dangerous situation.
FWC believes the reptile was a pet and has launched an investigation to find out who released the snake into the wild. Still to come on your Suncoast News, a new commuter train in Florida is already causing safety concerns. What the company says it plans to do to help that situation.
And 32 years after the Challenger disaster, a teacher who died on that fateful day will continue to give the gift of learning to students. We'll tell you how right after this.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Start the year off with big savings during the Start Something New event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Get a brand new Jeep Renegade for as little as $15,999. Find the path to your next great adventure in the all-new Jeep Compass for just $18,999. Or be one of the first to drive away in a 2018 Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's 2017 most trusted brand, best overall brand, and lowest 5-year cost to own. And Subaru Forester is an IIHS top safety pick for 12 years running. Now lease the most award-winning small SUV, a new Subaru Forester, for just $219 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Safety awareness is the message after 2 recent fatal incidents involving commuter trains in South Florida. At a news conference in Boca Raton today, city officials stressed the public should not try to beat those trains. The news conference came on the heels of 2 fatal Brightline train incidents in the first week of operation. Leaders offered their sympathies to the families involved in the recent incidents, but said they can be avoided.
It is important that the public understand that these trains move faster than they appear. It is just simply, you should not try to beat a train. If the gates are down and the lights are flashing red, this means stop. Just like a red light, do not try to walk, bike, or drive around them. Respect the gates.
Last week, the train struck and killed a bicycle rider. It also struck and killed a woman who was trying to cross the tracks. Brightline says it plans to install signage to discourage people from trying to cross the track when a train is approaching.
A 19-year-old case comes to an end in Charlotte County this week. Melissa Harding Jones sentenced to serve no prison time for her role in the 1999 death of 3-year-old Pilar Rodriguez. Instead, she's sentenced to 12 years of probation. Harding Jones, who was babysitting Pilar, brought her to Punta Gorda to visit her then boyfriend, Keith Wilson. According to testimony, Wilson killed Pilar and hid her body. Last year, Wilson was sentenced to life for the girl's murder. And NASA has bumped an astronaut off an upcoming space flight, a rare move for the space agency so close to launch. Astronaut Jeanette Epps was supposed to rocket away in early June and would have been the first African American to live on the International Space Station. Late Thursday, NASA announced it was pulling Epps off of the mission, but did not disclose why. She's been replaced by her backup, Serena Anand-Chancellor.
Krista McAuliffe's lost lessons are finally getting taught in space. 32 years after the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster, astronauts on the International Space Station will pay tribute to McAuliffe by carrying out her science classes. As NASA's first designated teacher in space, McAuliffe was going to experiment with fluids in orbit and demonstrate Newton's laws of motion for school children. She and 6 crewmates were killed during liftoff on January 28, 1986.
Stay with us. Bob Harrigan has your weekend forecast when we come back.
Planning a Carnival Fantasy Cruise out of Mobile? Then check out the park and cruise packages at the luxurious Battle House and Renaissance Riverview Plaza hotels. Stay at the Battle House for $169 per night or the Riverview Plaza for just $149 per night and leave your car for the duration of your cruise. Includes transportation to and from the cruise terminal. If you're cruising out of Mobile, come stay with us. Call 1-800-MARRIOTT or visit Marriott.com now.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Want the latest weather and traffic conditions wherever you go? Introducing ABC7's revolutionary new First Alert weather app. With our state-of-the-art new weather app, you get up-to-the-minute weather alerts, interactive radar maps, current conditions, 10-day forecasts, real-time traffic maps, and weather video from ABC7, all at your fingertips. And it's free. Just search Suncoast WX in the App Store and download onto all your devices today. Sponsored by Mr. Sparky.
Our overall experience working with California Closets was phenomenal.
Calm, reassuring.
Through happenstance, we ended up paired with our designer, Jen. She was someone who not only was patient, someone who was professional. She's become extended family.
She had great insight to help direct me towards those things that could make our dreams come true.
We are the Greens, and this is our California Closet story.
Here's today's job of the day. ABC7 is seeking a part-time news specialist to help with our morning news program. News production background and degree preferred. Visit mysuncoast.com/job of the day to apply.
Well, a lot of things happening here on the Suncoast this weekend. I know the Seafood Festival is happening tomorrow and on Sunday.
Downtown Sarasota.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a big event, too, taking place Sunday night. So we'll be at the Seafood Fest and then at the Sarasota Yacht Club with a nice quartet there. So that should be a lot of fun. We're going to be emceeing that great event. And then on top of that, you know, there's going to be better weather, too. So everyone will be able to get their golf in, tennis in, and everything else. It's been a little bit on the cold side as of late. And speaking of golf, finally, some nice weather for people to get out there and not have to worry too much about the cold. At least this afternoon, it was like that. This is from the concession. And the score I shot out there will be about our temperature on Sunday. So just to give you an idea what I shot out there. 76, Scott. Well, actually 74, wasn't it? 73, I don't know, something like that. It was 73, you're right. So maybe Saturday's temperature. Mark getting this one here of the beach as the sun was going down below the horizon this evening. Boy, a gorgeous sunset tonight with some high clouds around. And You can see that high cloudiness kind of ripping across the Gulf of Mexico in through the Florida Straits. And then now we're starting to see clear skies. We'll see periodic high clouds throughout the day tomorrow. This little disturbance to the west of us, a little clipper system, it's going to move basically to the northeast and should not be a big factor for us. It will bring us an increase in cloudiness, though, on Saturday. But this high pressure will slowly sink southward, so look for light winds tonight. No cold outbreak in terms of any kind of freeze or frost here. Things are going to stay quiet with a north to northeast wind, and we'll see some patchy fog forming. There are a couple of areas that are still with a frost advisory to the north of us near Jacksonville and north of, again, looks like the Tampa Bay area. There's a freeze warning in effect. And as far as the weather headlines read, well, not as cold tonight, and look for a warmer weekend ahead. Another cold front due to arrive on Tuesday, but the next front that moves down is a very weak one at that, so it's not going to bring the big chill like we just saw. 58 degrees, our current temperature. Winds out of the north-northwest at 7, and the pressure 30-23. That's way up there, and that continues to stay strong. High today was 66 degrees. Our normal is at 71, and our low this morning was cold, 38. No freeze here, though, as anticipated near the coast, and 30-degree dew point temperature in Jacksonville. It's 10. It's still very dry in Tallahassee. 35 degrees now into Orlando, and 51 dew point into Miami. Well, current temperature 58 degrees in Sarasota. It's a little bit warmer in Orlando at 61, 67 in Miami, 64 in Key West and around town. Venice at 58. Northport, you're at 62. Inglewood, 57 degrees. Mayaca City, just a few degrees warmer at 62. And the Gulf water temperature now at 58 degrees. So not extreme, but still very cold. It's about a normal average temperature, a 58-degree water temperature for this time of year. Tomorrow's hourly forecast calling for temperatures to get to near 70 degrees in the afternoon. Now, we'll see a mixture of sun and clouds throughout the day. Sometimes the sun peeking through, other times not. And it looks like a little bit more sunshine anticipated on Sunday. Thus, the temperature will be a little bit warmer on Sunday into the mid-70s. Now, the Futurecast showing this system kind of working its way northward around the periphery and some piece of energy heading off into the Gulf of Mexico. It gives us less than a 20% chance for a shower or two. What it will do, though, is it will bring us a little increase in cloudiness through the scattered, I should say, on Saturday and Sunday. Current temperature now 39 in Minot, so a warm up in Minneapolis, 42. It's 38 in Chicago, 37 in Cleveland. Tomorrow's high temperatures still pretty mild in places like Denver and Kansas City in the 40s there, 50 in St. Louis, 43 in Cleveland. But that's just going to be around for a couple more days. Another Arctic blast comes down over the western states, so not much here going on as far as a big chill out for us next week. For boaters, northeast winds turn to the north at 10 knots. Seas will be right around 2 feet, and the water temperature at 58 degrees. The UV index will be a 7 tomorrow, and 63 degrees for the beaches. Will be a little bit warmer than that, but out on the water there, with the water temperature at 58, it keeps it a little bit cooler. Now, low tide upcoming 7:52. Here's the forecast for the next 7 days as we see it. We will see warmer weather over the weekend. In fact, it stays in the 70s all the way through Friday of next week. That front comes in on Tuesday at 30% chance, a 20% chance on Wednesday. Low temperatures also moderating a bit. We'll be right back after this.
First out the door when it matters most. For more than a decade, he's been right there, everywhere. And when American jobs are on the line, he leads the charge. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast, and we thank you.
My name is Stefan Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been injured or arrested, I know this feels like the end of the road, but really it's the beginning of a long, potentially stressful process. So give us a call. Let us give you some peace of mind.
My California Closets designer is a rock star. She was able to design the most beautiful space for me. When I turn the lights on, it's breathtaking. La! It's just a little slice of organized heaven. The California Closet team was so professional, so reliable. It was seriously a dream come true. My name is Jill, and this is my California Closet story.
I heard about the Dotole Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotole Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
The classic film Singing in the Rain is coming to the Players Center in a live stage show opening January 17th. All the dances and all the songs you've come to know and love, all a part of our Wild Broadway series. Get your tickets now for this limited run by calling the Players at 365-2494 or visit us online at theplayers.org. You too can be singing in the rain.
Start the year off with big savings during the Start Something New event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Why settle for less when you can shop the Suncoast's largest selection? Get KBB's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica, for just $24,999. Or drive away in a beautiful new Chrysler 300 for as little as $21,999. That's right, save over $9,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
A Montreal man hoping to trick snow removal crews managed to make the night of local police officers instead. Looks just like a car buried in snow, right? But after a storm, Simon Laprise decided to construct a car out of snow. When police arrived in the neighborhood to investigate that car parked in a snow removal zone, they found out it was just snow. The officers wrote Laprise a ticket saying, quote, "You made our night."
Oh my
That
goodness.
is really well done, isn't it?
I wonder how much time it took for him to do that.
Creativity right there. I like that.
He should come like to our beach and do
Right.
some sculpting.
Sand
Some
sculpting, yeah.
sand
Crystal
castles.
Classic, yeah, next year.
World News Tonight with David Muir's next.
We'll see you again at 11. Have a good weekend.
Motor Trend said the new Alfa Romeo Giulia is hands down the best sports sedan you can buy today. And named it the 2018 Motor Trend Car of the Year. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-738-9812. 800-738-9812.
Around the neighborhood or around town, you'll feel good and look even better driving your new Fiat. For maximum performance, check out the all-new Fiat Spider. You'll flip over the superior handling and capability. Or follow roads less traveled in the Fiat 500X. So go big or go small. With prices starting as low as $13,999, you're sure to find a Fiat that fits your style during the Start Something New event, going on now at Sunset Fiat of Sarasota.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Florida Studio Theater presents the 8-time Tony Award winner Once, held over by popular demand. Captivating and breathtaking, Once is an unforgettable story about going for your dreams and the power of music to connect us all. Critics are calling Once engaging and heartwarming, outstanding, and a flawless production. Audiences are calling it phenomenal and better than Broadway. Once must close January 19th. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting floridastudiotheater.org.
When evaluating the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, Car and Driver magazine said every crossover should be this good to drive. We agree. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.